Hey guys, in this video, ituturo ko sa inyo yung isa sa mga pinaka-favorite setup ko and one of my most profitable trading strategy na ginagamit ko. So this is the Power Hour Day Trading Market Maker Strategy. So guys, nilagay ko na dito lahat ng mga kailangan nyong matutunan regarding the Power Hour setup. So, ang Power Hour ay specific time window sa futures market which is 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. EST. Sa Pilipinas naman, yan ay 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Itong setup na to is nagbibigay siya ng low risk na kung saan maliit lang yung risk mo pero malaki yung potential reward mo. So, ano bang requirements sa setup na to? Number 1, kailangan mo ng drawn liquidity. Pwedeng external liquidity or kaya naman internal liquidity which is imbalance or FVG. Kasi ang market guys, dalawa lang ang ginagawa niyan. It's either to seek out liquidity or fill the inefficiency. If yung draw on liquidity mo is external, kailangan mo mag-antay ng 1 hour or 15 minutes internal imbalance muna na mag-trade. And then anticipate a lower time frame MMXF. Kapag naman ang draw mo is internal liquidity, kailangan mo maghintay ng 1 age or 15 minutes external liquidity to be taken out. Or ito yung tinatawag ng iba na liquidity grab or purge. And then ita-target mo yung imbalance internally later on. It's very important, kailangan mo ng draw on liquidity. I guess the rule here is kung wala kang target, wala kang trade. And additional notes, itong setup na to pwede siyang mangyari between 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. ng New York time, which is yun nga 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. sa Pilipinas. Personally, for me, willing ako mag-intay ng 3:30 p.m. or 3:30 a.m. para mag-play out yung trade na yon. Pero pwede siyang mangyari between 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. But personally, in my opinion, I'd wait for 3:30 p.m. Lately, yun yung mga nakikita ko. SMT is not a requirement pero pwede siyang mag-increase ng probability sa trade mo. So, as soon as nag-enter ka sa market, should give you feedback within 1 to 5 minutes after entering a position. If bearish ka, if nag-short ka, dapat lahat ng bearish PDRA will be respected. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-consolidate within that area. Otherwise, medyo low probability na yung setup na yun. Kapag katapos mo mag-enter, kailangan makita mo yung mga sign na tama ka dun sa trade na yon. The time the draw on liquidity to be taken out is likely between 3:50 p.m. to 4:10 p.m. Yan yung volatile times na makikita mo na sobrang volatile ng market na kung saan pupuntahan niya na yung mga liquidity pool. Kasi yan na yung last time para mag-close ng orders yung mga tao between those time. Pag wala ka pang position by 3:50 p.m., better to stay out sa market kasi pwedeng maging volatile siya. And at this time, mahirap na mag-frame ng invalidation point na reasonable yung risk to reward ratio na pwede mong makuha. Pwede ka pa rin mag-trade pero kapag baguhan ka pa lang, I'd say do not take it kasi nga delikado na yung time na yan kasi very volatile ng market during that time. So, ang nakikita nyo dito ay ang 15 minutes chart sa Nasdaq ng June 24. Between this opening and this closing ng stock market from 9:30 o'clock to 4 p.m. And as we go forward, pupunta tayo ng pababa ng time frame. In this setup, hindi mo kailangan tutok sa chart from 9:30 hanggang 4. Ang kailangan mo lang is yung last hour. So this setup, kailangan mo lang ng isang oras na trading hours. Hindi mo kailangan yung buong trading hours from 9:30 to 4. So as you can see, eto yung time window ng Power Hour. So this means pwede kang hindi mag-trade between this time, but you should not disregard the price action of what happened to the AM session or even in the lunch hour. Kasi later on, magagamit mo yan kapag Power Hour na. As you can see here, sa 15 minutes time frame, kapag ang draw on liquidity mo is external, maghihintay ka muna na mag-trade yung market sa internal inefficiency. So, as you can see here from 15 minutes time frame, etong inefficiency na to, 15 minutes time frame na to, nagpunta dito yung market and then hindi siya nagko-close above within 2 15 minutes candle which is 30 minutes. Meron pa tayong fair value gap here, but how do I know na hindi na pupunta dito yung market? That is the time window, which is ang Power Hour window. Mas maintindihan nyo yan as we go forward. And if you look at 5 minutes naman, makikita mo dito meron ding inefficiency and meron ding order block. So it's really possible na hindi na niya i-trade yung 15 minutes inefficiency dito sa taas. And if you look at this, sa 5 minutes meron tayong order block here nag-trade siya and then drops down. Disregarding this bullish fair value gap. Asang chance na hindi na talaga to babalik sa 15 minutes above fair value gap. So as you can see, ito yung 1 minute time frame and nandito yung short na tinake ko. You can post the video and maybe you can guess saan ako exactong nag-short. So I'll wait for you. I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it or even maybe post the video and just guess kung saan ako nag-short. The next slide, papakita ko sa inyo yung markup ng idea ng trade na tinake ko. Alright, so ito ang 3 o'clock open. So just like the daily has open, high, and close, pwede mong i-treat ang power hour ng open, high, and close then in 1 hour time frame. As you can see, after 3 o'clock, nag-push yung market above, displacing, right? Makita mo tong price action na to, aggressive. It consolidated. So nag-consolidate siya hanggang around 3:30 o'clock. And as you can see, around dito yung 3:30 o'clock. And after 3:30 o'clock, mga bandang 3:40, nag-display siya lower, giving us shift in market structure. Dahil nga bumalik siya sa 15 minutes imbalance, now I can target the sell side liquidity. So I did take a short in here. So bakit ako nag-short dito? Bakit hindi dito? Kasi yung time. Malapit na mag-close yung market at 4 PM which is etong 16 area na to. Nakita nyo 16 which is yun yung 4 PM. Okay? 4 PM New York time. And kapag malapit na 3:30 na, that is the time na gusto mo nang mag-short and anticipate na magkakaroon ng breakaway gap formation. Although yung stop loss ko nandito sa above na to, mas prefer ko na hindi na to ma-fill. Kasi kapag na-fill to, chances are hindi mag-workout yung trade. Pero yung stop ko nandito just in case na bigla tong umanga and then bumagsak siya ulit, I can cut to break even. You know, Nasdaq can sometimes very volatile and pwede ka ma-stop out and then mag-move siya sa favor mo. So I did take a short here and I took the sell side liquidity. Bakit ko tinik tong sell side liquidity? Kasi nga nag-rebalance tayo ng 15 minutes imbalance. So from internal, pupunta tayo sa external liquidity. So na-meet natin yung criteria. Meron tayong target. Okay? And then meron tayong shift in market structure. Short ako here, in-anticipate ko na breakaway gap to. And as you can see, after ko mag-short, tuloy-tuloy na nag-close yung market pababa. And as you can see, lahat ng bearish sign ay nare-respect. As you can see, after niya mag-displace here, may fair value gap around this area, na-fill siya, drop down, and then continue going down. And then, what happens here is nagkaroon ng fake double bottom. So nag-retrace yung market aggressively higher, pinili niya tong inefficiency and ultimately drop down. So that is the idea behind the power hour. Madalas nyong makikita to as long as may draw on liquidity kayo. And again, yung 1550 to 410, usually yun yung time na ma-hit yung draw on liquidity. If wala pa kayong trade, better not to take it. Kasi possible na ma-stop out ka. So ito yung open ng 1550, makita mo yan, volatile yan. Pwedeng yung stop mo nandito lang sa above, dito ka lang nag-short, right? Dito ka nag-short, yung stop mo nandito, pwede kang ma-taken out. Kaya mas maganda na wag ka mag-trade kapag 1550 na or 3:50 AM na sa Pilipinas. Makikita nyo yung charting na to, pwede rin tong iba sa perspective nyo. So ano ba yung pwedeng other perspective dito? Which is this one. So meron tayong stop hunt, meron tayong breaker. So na-take out yung stop above, nagkaroon ng displacement, nag-trade siya sa breaker, and order block. So last down close candle after ng shift in market structure, yun yung change in the state of delivery. So meron kang breaker dito, meron kang OB, meron kang fair value gap. So pwede mong tignan yung market in a perspective na ganyan. Kung hindi ka nagtitrade ng fair value gap, nagtitrade ka ng OB, pwede mong gawin yung style na yan. And nasa sayo kung FVG trader ka or OB trader ka. Just know that if FVG trader ka, mas mataas yung chance na ma-fill ka pero tumataas yung risk mo. Kapag OB trader ka, mas konti yung chance na ma-fill yung trade mo but tumataas yung potential reward mo and mas nami-minimize yung risk mo. And there's also another perspective here. So ano pa ba yung potential? This one, right? Kung IFVG trader ka, makita mong hindi ito na-respect, display siya lower, pwede kang mag-entry dito, yung stop loss mo above the IFVG. Pwede kang gumamit ng mitigation OB, and makita nyo lahat ng chart ko is nag-a-align talaga. So, yung order flow to the bearish side is talagang nare-respect siya during this time. This is vice versa. Kapag nag-long ka, gusto mong makita yung mga ganitong sign na mag-workout siya sa favor mo. Lahat ng pinakita ko sa inyo na charting is pwede nyong gamitin sa concept nyo. Nasa sa inyo na lang kung ano yung personal preference nyo. Yun yung basically idea behind the power hour. Ito yung pinaka-profitable na trade setup ko in the past 2 months. And mamaya papakita ko sa inyo yung data na nagbaback up sa claim ko. Bago ko pakita sa inyo yung actual execution ko, I want you to understand the context of what happened during this trading day. So on this trading day, nag-live ako sa YouTube, and yung AM session is very tough for me. Nagkaroon ako ng biggest losing day on the stream. And as you can see, ito lahat ng account ko. Down sila ng 400, 400, and 200. So nasa almost 2K yung talo ko during the AM session. However, even though malaki na yung talo ko, sabi ko dito sa comment section, by the way, spoiler alert, I made it all back after the end of stream before the market closes with high probability setup. Popost ko yung breakdown ng trade na yan over the weekend, which is today as of the recording of this video, and then including kung paano ako nakapag-comeback. So in-execute ko yung trade sa lahat ng account except dito sa isa, and as you can see, lahat ng down ng $400, nag-end up sila ng up by $150. So almost more around 600 plus yung profit ko on each account doon. And dito naman sa account na to, ito yung account na nakakuha ko ng 1K. So this particular trade allow me to gain more than 3K in profit across all the account. No? This is approximately more than 50 points trade and around 12 point stop loss. Ngayon, papakita ko sa inyo yung dashboard ko. This is one of the account na merong upcoming pending payout. And as you can see dito sa trade reports, by the way guys, this is TradeZilla. Nag-subscribe ako sa kanila kasi makita mo yung report ng trading account mo, including yung time na profitable ka. Okay, so all account, 8 accounts right now, naka-connect sila, and as you can see dito, makikita nyo yung pinaka most profitable time ko to trade, which is eto yun, hour time. As you can see, yung profit ko on this time zone is 13,500 and 5,000 naman yung losses ko. And makita nyo yung difference between total profits and total loss, malaki ang difference. So eto talaga yung nag-make difference sa lahat ng account ko, and I just use the strategy that I mentioned to you guys earlier, yung diniscuss ko. I thought mas maganda na i-share ko tong particular setup na to na lagi kong tinitake between that time. Let's go on to that account. Ito yung trade sa Monday, June 24. And as you can see, ito yon 1,000 PNL. And kapag i-review ko tong details na to, pwede kong i-replay yung trade setup na yon. And hindi ko mapakita yung 1 minute time frame, but 2 minutes will do good as well. So after ko mag-short, nakita ko sa 1 minute time frame na tuloy-tuloy na re-respect yung mga bearish PDRAs, and yung target ko is around this level only. So as you can see, after ko mag-short, tuloy-tuloy yung down close candle. And around this time, naging volatile market at 350, and hindi ako nakapag-take profit here kasi gusto ko siyang i-hold hanggang 4 o'clock. However, naalala ko, kailangan ko yung consistency rule. If hinold ko yun, aabot ng 2K yung profit ko, which is mahirapan akong mag-withdraw. And yeah guys, that's basically it. And as you can see here, makikita nyo yung time between kung saan ako nag-enter and anong price, and also makikita nyo yung net profit ko. So I hope you learned something from this video, and sana magamit nyo to in the future sa trading nyo as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and kung nakatulong to sa inyo, be sure to subscribe and like and share it to your friends as well. So until next time, be safe.